Hello, students. This is Dr. De Silva here, and I am here with the AKS 5 CSA most missed questions. So let's learn from our mistakes. We perhaps didn't pay that much attention to the characteristics of those kingdoms and from the graphic organizer that was given to us, and also perhaps the vocabulary, which was a very important part in the AKS 5 unit. So we hope to gather information from this video and do better the next time. So here we go. So the first most missed question was, Aristotle was one of the first people to classify life on Earth, and he grouped animals based on where they lived. He sorted animal species into land, water, and air groups. Which of the question below would help you determine the problem with Aristotle's classification system? So here in this question, the most important thing is we see this sentence. He sorted animal species into these groups. So we look for a similar answer response. Did Aristotle group organisms based on physical characteristics? Yes, that makes sense. Did Aristotle identify some organisms that could be placed in more than one category? Did Aristotle name organisms based on the group into which they were classified? No, he did not name anybody. Did Aristotle group organisms based on how they moved? Well, nothing about movement is given. So the right question here is, the right answer here to this question is B. Identify some organisms that could be placed into more than one category. Okay, so it is more than one category because he sorted them into 3 categories, right? So what if there were organisms who belong to more than one category, like, say, for example, the penguins or the bats or the amphibians, right? Like the frog, which live in land as well as in water. So what about them? So this would be the right answer. The next most question is, you are practicing classification by sorting pictures into groups based on the characteristics of the kingdoms. While you are sorting, your little brother asks why you place the picture of a mushroom in the fungi kingdom. Which of the following explanations should you give your brother? It belongs to the fungi kingdom because it is unicellular and heterotrophic, or because it is multicellular and can perform synthesis, or it can perform photosynthesis, does not have cell walls, or because it has cell walls and is heterotrophic. Now here the most important thing is it's a fungi, okay? Fungi, usually a fungus grows on something that is pretty old, stale, decayed matter. So it can definitely, it's definitely not in the plant kingdom because it depends on something else for its food. So B and C are out. Unicellular and heterotrophic, no, it is heterotrophic, but it is not a unicellular organism. It's not fungus, it's not unicellular. Yes, it does have cell walls, and it is heterotrophic. That would be the right answer, okay? So that would be your answer. So you have these 3 groups. A group of students are preparing to create a dichotomous key to identify them, help them identify the tree species around the world. 3 groups have come up with a list of items to use for the key. So then you observe this table, and what is the best conclusion you can make about the table? So as you see, this group 1 has a nucleus, chlorophyll, leaves. This is the size of the tree nucleus, pretty leaves. Third is the chlorophyll present, shape of the leaves, taste of the bud, type of the bud and bud length, and whether it's deciduous or evergreen. So here, now what do you see? It's pretty. Here is something pretty, something may be pretty for you, but not be pretty for somebody. So that could not be the dichotomous key. Chlorophyll present, shape of the leaves. Yes, that makes more sense. That makes sense. What about this one? The nucleus present, chlorophyll present, leaves present, but height over 10 meters. Does that make sense? Well, height is a bit controversial. Leaves, every plant has leaves, but more specific should be the shape of the leaves, the type of the bud, and what kind of a tree is it. So 3 makes more sense, right? Because it will narrow down which type of tree you have. So B is the right answer. Your teacher gives you 3 organisms to study. All 3 organisms of the domain eukarya. Organism A and B share 2 other classification levels, whereas A and C share 5 other classification levels. What conclusion can you make about these species? So basically, as you go from the domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. So as you go and you share more taxa, obviously you have, as you share more taxa, that means you're more closely related. So C have more taxa. So what would be your answer? Are they A and B more closely related? Not at all, because they share few classifications. C, yes. So A and B are out. A and C are more closely related because they share more taxa. Makes sense. Because they're in the same domain? No, domain is the most general classification. Only one answer or response makes sense is because they share more taxa, okay? So there's your answer, C. Next one is Robbie was making a dichotomistic key about butterflies. Which of the following statements should he include in his key? Now, is it big? Is it pretty? Is it herbivore? Or is it black and orange? So remember, we will always look at the external characteristics. Pretty and big are very subjective, okay? Herbivore, you cannot see it because it's not something that you can see. Only one that makes sense is black and orange, which you can see, so that will be your right answer. The next one was, what can you infer about an organism with the name Homo neanderthalensis? From here, you know that this is a scientific name. Homo is a genus, neanderthalensis is a species. So now you have to see, well, is it the same species as humans? Not at all, because sapiens is a species here. Closely related to chimpanzees? I don't think so, because nothing about Homo neanderthalensis is mentioned here. Is it the same genus as all of the primates? Genus, perhaps, maybe, Homo. But we have another answer. It's closely related to humans, Homo sapiens. So it's definitely more, we don't know what the genus of the primates are, because there are different primates, some chimps, and there are humans and many other primates. So that it doesn't give you a perfect answer. But yes, D definitely does. So that was the right answer. Here you have a branching tree diagram. What is more closely related to any other organism in the kingdom? So which organism is more closely related to rabbits? Okay, so here we have the rabbits. So as you know, this branching tree, here you have the common ancestor, okay? And then you have these different evolutionary organisms here, and you have these traits here. And then, so these are the traits that is giving rise to a different species, okay? Now, we want to know about the rabbits, okay? So here you have the rabbits and rodents. So let's see here. So you have the primates, you have the crocodiles. Let's see what our answer choices are. Primates, because both primates and rabbits are vertebrae. Primates, no, vertebrae is way down here to now. Crocodiles, because they are next to the rabbits on the diagram. Yes, they are. But this is a common, this one is the differentiation here. Rabbits do not have eggs with shells. Crocodiles, because both crocodiles and rabbits have a bony skeleton. Let's see, bony skeleton is way down here. Primate, because both primates and rabbits have hair. Yes, it makes the most sense here, because here it is. So hair is a trait, and then that would be a right answer. Okay? So because they both have hair. So those were the most missed questions. Please pay attention and try to learn the different characteristics in the graphic organizer that you have actually completed way before in your classification unit. If you do have any questions, please ask your teacher, and they'll be happy to help you and finish the rest of your module and book a time where you can go and complete your test. And March 29th is the cutoff date to have all your grades in for the awards. So all the best to you, and take care.